Right, hello. Welcome to March the 31st. We're nearly at the end of our first month, not a full month, but the first month in not lockdown quite, but quite restricted circumstances. And once again, we are looking at a piece of text. Shall I start that again? Once again, we're going to have a bit of a live lesson. My mic is on, the students are muted, but when I post this into the revision classroom videos, I always upload the transcript as well, so you can see what people were saying. So I don't know if you can access the 12th Night PowerPoint. I might just print that screen off, actually. Print pages 1. Okay, so I posted some work for us to do on Viola, leading into an essay question about love. Some of you I can see are looking at it now online, brilliant. So let's start with, can you hear it printed? God, I'm glad my printer works. Let's start with this, with some of these descriptions of Viola. And can we just start a little bit of a chat? Maybe, which classroom is the PowerPoint on? 12th Night. It's in the 12th Night classroom, Tahlia. I think. Oh God, let me just check. I also put it, oh, maybe I didn't put it in your classroom yet. Hang on. If not, right, I'm putting it in the 12th Night one, darling. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, that was my night last night. Not very exciting. Had quite an early night. Viola and love revision, I'll call it. Did a good job, as he was full on from 3. Oh well, happy days. But after this lesson, what am I doing? That's right, gonna go pick my girls up. Woohoo! Put makeup on and a dress and everything. There it is, Jess. It's in the 12th Night classroom now. Just give people a chance. And if not, Tahlia will soon tell me if we can't see this properly. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why don't we start by rank ordering them? Which of these do you think is the most accurate description of Viola, and which the least? And then we'll maybe talk through a few of them just to get us back into thinking about 12th Night and this character. Right, a couple of minutes to do that. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So already what I'm doing is a little bit of AO1 and a little bit of AO5. Now you'd be, has everyone found it now? Right, so would anyone like to start commenting then? What do they think of how I've ranked them? Did you get similar? Do you disagree? You agree? Come on, start telling me why. If you're in the classroom and you said yes, I disagree, what I agree, what would I be saying? I'd be like, and come on. You agree with the first one, Nicole. I agree with the first one because it's what he looks for. Go on, you can tell me what Orsino looks for. If you put man second, right? Because I think even though Viola is obviously a girl and put it on. I think she's so convincing as a fair young man that she actually, embodies that role completely. What do you think, Poppy? Hmm. I mean, I'm not saying that this is comprehensive. I think the next thing I'd want to do is go, right, what's missing? What do I want to add to this? But let's have a few more comments. Will, you're quiet. Ben, you're quiet. Not like you, Ben. Why do you think I've put dissembling cub third? What might that tell us about Orsino's view? And how different it is, look, to what Sir Andrew says. Hi, Beth. Refers to age gap, perhaps, or how he sees himself as wiser. Yeah, that's good. What does dissembling mean? Viola was young and mistaken in her actions? Mm-hmm. Poppy's had enough, she's off. What does that word cub suggest? You back, Pops? Yeah, I liked peevish messenger as well, and I actually debated whether peevish messenger should go before dissembling cub. Youth cub suggests youth, yeah, but also like kind of playfulness. They cause chaos, but didn't mean to. Just as a child wouldn't understand the full extent of their actions. That's interesting, Emily. Hmm. Mr. Andrew hasn't got very nice things to say. A coward and the very devil incarnate. So we might want to have a think about those. Okay, what would you add? Yeah, the dramatic irony there. Yes, correct, Tahlia. So what's missing? How else might you describe Viola? Can you write a couple down for me now? Make a copy of the slide if you want and add to that. These are obviously from the actual play, but we don't need to use quotations. Hmm. What else is she? Naive. No, I agree, Freya. I think she shows real naivety at times. There you go, teacher validation. Yay, it's the right answer. Right. So you just said that, oh, I'm not sure. Well, can we prove it? Right? We go back to literature as science a bit, don't we? Can we prove that she's naive? Can we think of an example? Despite her untraditional position, I think she still holds herself to traditional standards. Go on, Tahlia, that's really interesting. What do you mean by that? You've all missed Twelfth Night, haven't you? I can tell. It's a nice respite from all the dystopian stuff, isn't it? Like, oh, let's just be in a nice little world where people dress up and trick other people, and everyone, pretty much, apart from Malvolio, is happy in the end. Ah, good old Shakespeare. I was just wittering there to give people time to type. See, this is why these lessons are hard, isn't it? Because if we were in the classroom now, boom, this would be like done in 10 minutes. The board would be covered in ideas. Freya, have you found I don't necessarily mean a direct quotation, but where would you go in the play to describe her naivety? I'm thinking about how she always sees, the good in Orsino, always sees the positive in him. Red flags are everywhere and she overlooks them. Yeah. Nicole and I feel quite strongly, don't we, that she's not really going to have a very happy marriage at the end of this. It's a race to see who can type the quickest. Okay, anybody else got anything to add? Just on the bottom here. So we have naive. Does it go like that? Well, you'll soon tell me. Traditional. In an you like this, Tahlia, conventional way. Strong-willed, hopeful. Oh, she's certainly strong-willed. Wonder who that reminds me of, Bex. She knows that Orsino's mean and overpowering and his views on women, but she still loves him and does anything for him. Superficial. I think the superficial, she's inexperienced, isn't she? When she's talking about her sister, who like Patience sat on the monument, that bit, and she's talking about herself, that just proves, doesn't it, that she doesn't really have, understandably, any experience to speak of. Right, good, okay. So, leave it out of the way a sec. Really, there, I'll go around the mics, camera so you don't have to keep looking. Nobody's told me what you thought of the little video. Then I asked you to do a timeline of her key moments. Then you should have done some annotation of some quotations, which I don't think we need to go through now. And then there was a very short bit of writing by Laura Jastram that I asked you to look at. So any thoughts there? I'd like to see what Orsino's song. Hey, that's your homework. Write Orsino's song in response. That would be great. Then video yourselves, because we could all use a laugh. Right, brilliant. Anyone who doesn't do that as their homework will be put on the naughty step. Cool. Oh, Poppy, you really like to analyse things, don't you? That's a compliment, by the way. Video mentioned stuff I didn't think of, like how Viola may feel more freed by being a man. Yeah, I actually completely agree with that. How, and in terms of like a modern interpretation as well, how people, isn't there a line about how people see her differently? Right. Anything in this essay? So, set in the traditional structure. So I'm just quickly rereading it. Right. I wonder if I should. I might print that out for us to have a look at together. So this is just from, it's from Dartmouth Edu, which is a site that you're going to get very familiar with when you do Paradise Lost, because they've got a great interactive website that you can use as you're reading the play, and you can click on like unfamiliar words. Oh, sorry. Let's just make that a bit bigger. Yes, I'm aware once again that I should have printed this off. Soz. I know I'm useless. At least it's not like my lessons where I have to keep running out and getting stuff. have to keep pinching people's pastel highlighters, do I, Nicole, and then forgetting to replace them. What have you stopped? Oh, because look, out of ink. Right, that's not going to work. Okay, let's move on from that. Let's not let that delay us. Come on, we've got a good vibe going on here. So, does anyone who has read that? Okay. The switching of gender roles. I like the part about duality threatening the patriarchal structure. Listen, there's only 13 of us. Do you want to put your mics on? I'd like to, as the man Cesario is the object of desire. No, you don't, do you? You feel too self-conscious to do that. Okay, just the decision because there's only 13 of us. It's too awkward, and I'm sat with my whole family. Oh, bless you. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You don't sound like a man, Tahlia, at all. Include the family. Yeah, everybody chip in. Okay. So I'm not bothered if they can hear me. If they're bored as well, they can be entertained with 12th Night. Okay. Shall we have a look at this together then? How would we start to tackle this? Yes, it is recording. Oh, Emily, I hope you told your mum that we do normally do lots of work. Although my bubble and squeak yesterday was just unreal. Right. Love is presented as more comic than serious in 12th Night. Oh, did she? Oh, that's nice. What do we think? Should we just start scribbling some stuff down? Ah, that's a nice start, Tahlia. The pursuit of love is more comic. I love that. The actual genre of the play is a comedy, so it makes sense that love is presented as funny. Brilliant. I'm going to talk about genre. Come on, keep going. If you want, you can just give me examples from the play, just anything at all where you might want to take this essay, what you might want to discuss. This is just us. We haven't done 12th Night for months, so this is our first lesson. After a while, we're just getting back into it. When Poppy's written there about genre, what's the question, the word that I always want you to put about any statement? So Freya's getting us to think about genuine love. And therefore, when we get Orsino and Olivia, because that's the hyperbolic courtly love, either going for it or rejecting it, that seems more comic. And now what I'm thinking is, if yes or no, why is it? So that really helps. I'd expect that to go into the introduction there about genre. Orsini's opening speech on paper appears quite romantic, but the way it's played in his narcissistic manner makes him appear foolish and almost silly, like a teenage girl. Right, okay. So given that you've got about 37 minutes for this question, it would be completely feasible and allowed to focus it in on Orsino. If you were like, I'm just going to write about him. then that's what I'm going to do. But if we're talking about genuine love being non-genuine love, disingenuous love, I don't know if that's a phrase, who else are we going to write about here? Hello, Bronwyn. I think Bronwyn's just missed my voice. I don't blame her. Oh, sorry, I didn't move the chat thing down, which is basically what I'm forgetting to do every single time, literally not learning. Yes, Malvolio. So we've got a nice line of argument that we could develop here, haven't we? And then if it is genuine, like, where is it serious? Could we start to explore that? I've come off the chat. Antonio. Oh, God, I just really feel for Antonio. Yeah. Sebastian and Viola. Yeah, I know, not in a weird way, Poppy. Yeah, I know. Family love. Yeah. Arguably, says Jess, Malvolio's in love, but with his own potential. Oh, that's good. So his love of Olivia is just a conduit for his own ambition. Orsino and the concept of love. Right. Oh, you've remembered a lot, haven't you? There's quite a lot to say. Do you want to keep going? Can anyone remember any quotations? I don't think I can, to be honest. I'm maybe thinking about time and the speed at which people fall in love and how that undermines things and makes it comic. I mean, Sir Andrew and Maria getting married at the end. What's all that about? Ever so quickly may one catch. Yeah, because that was one of your slides, wasn't it? I put that on, the quotations. Maybe not. Oh yeah, how now, even so quickly may one catch the plague. Andrew and Maria get married, yeah. I haven't made that up, have I? You're making me doubt myself now. Where did I miss this? I think it's after you had your absolute meltdown about Act 4. Oh, Toby. Yeah, well, all right, close enough. Oh, do you know, next time we get Ofsteded, people are just going to show these videos. Don't they? Just go, sack her. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. I nearly wrote Toby and Andrew get married there. Toby and Maria. Okay. What about, she says, desperately trying to recover herself. What about Sir Andrew and Toby's relationship? Could you talk about that in terms of love and comedy or seriousness? Plot twist. I'm here. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me again? Oh my God. Oh, it's still recording. Oh, these are a nightmare, aren't they? I hope you're getting something out of them. I'm doing my best. I think we can all agree I don't have a career in TV or any kind of presenting. You imagine it like a bloody train wreck. Oh, I still have it. Right. Never give up on you. Don't be daft. Don't do that. Sir Andrew and Toby's relationship and love and seriousness. I was trying to pursue a different line, something a little bit more original. Does anyone want to offer any thoughts on that? Oh, he missed swigging of my water. Yes, you have. Right, so we've got ideas here about aspects of materialism, exploitation. I mean, these are quite serious things, aren't they? Yeah, I feel bad for Andrew. Toby's not nice. I'm not a fan. Material or emotional benefit? Yeah. You could actually flip this whole question round, couldn't you? And go, do you know what? It's actually much more serious than it is comic. Yeah, the pursuit of it. But is anyone in pursuit of real, genuine love? Maybe Antonio? There's a lot more to think about here, isn't there? Right. I know we love Antonio. I think we should. You like Andrew? Yeah, he's just a bit of a fool, isn't he? Okay. I'll tell you what I'd like to do then. I think I'd like to leave it there for now. We've got lots of ideas. Why don't we meet again tomorrow? Might be a bit later after I've done some Hamlet with the second years. And why don't you spend some time today developing these ideas with some quotations, fleshing these out a little bit more, and then we'll see where we're at. And I think that will help us then write some topic sentences and bring in some AO5 potentially. I've brought some of the videos home for me to watch. I've started reading Herland. I got it for 90p on Kindle. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. And Poppy's finished it. Yeah, I thought I was going to finish it last night, but because I don't have a book copy, I didn't want to read. I didn't want to be on anything electronic in bed. So I read. What am I reading? Paul Auster's Moon Palace. So, Jess, we've set up a dystopian book club classroom online, and Herland is one from the early part of last century, which you can read for free online. Let's get you the code. Book club, we said we'd do tomorrow afternoon. Command C. That's my bacon. Quite timely. There you go. There's the code. The only reason we set that up is that we could put resources and stuff, but we'll but I'll obviously put the code for the meet tomorrow. I'm not going to record the book meet, I don't think. I don't know, but certainly if you've read The Power, then I'd kind of say you must read Herland to put them together. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know what you other girls are thinking who've read it already. It's very, very short, isn't it? It's more a novella than anything else. I don't know if I'll get it all read for tomorrow, particularly with the girls coming home, and I'm aware that I've still got a lot of marking to do, but I should be able to crack on with a bit. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now. Are you in the classroom, Megan? If you go in the classroom, I've put a link to it online. And if you just Google Herland PDF, it'll come up. Or, like I say, it's about 90p on Kindle.